That is just basic stock manipulation. Plain and simple. And he plans to do it again. The question too is, how was all those business people in the White House with him? He was bragging about how much money they made from him doing that.
This is Charles Schwab. It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. And he made $2.5 billion today, and he made $900 million. That's not bad. He's a financial. I've always been.
Welcome to PTG TV, back with a new potential series, The Bold and the Evil. I mean, I like the way that sounds. I was like, play off with the bold and the... I don't know if y'all know how old y'all are. So maybe a lot of younger watching, but I know I have some senior people watching this too. Between all the racist attacks and now tanking out people's 401ks and laughing about it, man, Agent Orange is the evil. Hence, the bold and the evil. I am your host, Antonio Hicks, back with another topic and discussion. I just swallowed some more. Trying to choke myself over here. Yeah, it's just been a lot going on when it comes to cycle and what this administration is doing, along with what he's potentially doing on the back end as well too, to manipulate stuff, which is a lot going to be in a discussion today to even break down into that. Hope everybody's doing well. Me personally, just been a lot going on. I have been posting consistently though. I have been getting at least one podcast episode a week. So I deserve a shout out for that. I deserve a shout out because I haven't been able to get two in because it's like I've been trying to get some other things done on the back end as well too. I'm redoing my whole business website, my website. So I'm redoing all of it to make it look more professional, more corporate. Because I'm adding in, or I'm going to add in the training classes, like the tutorials I was going to, digital products that I was going to sell and how to create a podcast and other like tech type stuff. So I'm going to make a whole tutorial tab and stuff into there so people can access, they can subscribe to it, they can access it, they can learn how to do certain things, have a little forum in there for everybody to help each other out and ask me questions. I can help you out. I don't care if it's podcast production, I don't care if it's networking things, but it'll all be located in one place on the website, along with adding in other features and stuff into the website too. So I've been building that personally. I don't have a team to get in and do it. On top of me trying to be consistent with posting content on all your social media stuff, as well as streaming. I've been consistent about my streaming too. Like I might miss one day out of the week if something comes up or I'm in a meeting any times, but I have been actively streaming. So y'all in gaming content. And a lot of my listeners, majority of my listeners are in the older age brackets. So I don't think they're really down with gaming and stuff like that. But if y'all, I think y'all should though. I really do. I talked about it in my last episode, the 90-year-old, 89, I think she's 89 or 90-year-old woman, whatever. She's an older lady that streams and plays video games. And then of course, Tactical Grandma. I think Tactical Grandma is her late 60s, I think she's in her late 60s. She's, she's killing it too. Like the other older lady in her 90s, she gets some people watching her stream, but Tactical Grandma, like she's killing it in Call of Duty space. So, that's what's really been going on with me. Of course, personal life going on. Kids getting ready to graduate college. So I got my oldest graduating on May 2nd, and the youngest is graduating on May 31st. So trying to get stuff together for that. And of course, you got to have funds for all that too, and that's super expensive. So it's this is a lot of stuff going on. And dealing with people, families, trying to be the family members, and then trying to be a good husband, and be a good friend to the people I do get. I'm terrible at managing. I will admit that 100%. I am terrible at navigating and managing people. I'm horrible. Because you're talking about somebody that went from a super introvert to now I got this group of people that I can depend on 100% and they can depend on me. So they calling me for something. I try my hardest to make it available to either go out and support them or help them out on stuff that they do. That's what's been going on with me. So, but did y'all see the release of the new Nintendo Switch?
The Nintendo Switch 2 system can adapt to suit your situation, however you like to play.
And if you did, guess what pre-orders have been, you've seen what's been going on with the pre-orders, right? They have been delayed due to the Supreme Leader's tariffs. So, I bet those family people that were looking to get their kids a new Switch are winning now. But then again, though, the way that this thing has been priced out, I don't know who is looking to get it. I mean, you're talking about they're charging at $449, and then the games potentially costing anywhere from $70 to $90. That is complete madness. That is madness, son. That is madness. I can see one or the other. Let's say because they added in NVIDIA GPU, like it's a graphic processing unit, into the Switch to make it make the graphics better. But they dropped it down from an OLED panel, which is in the original Nintendo, and then they dropped it down from an OLED panel back to an LCD panel. But they bumped it up to 1080p. I know it's like technical jargon. They bumped it to 1080p and made it a 120 hertz refresh rate, which makes it looks a lot cleaner and crisper and more punchy. I still think they should have went with the OLED though, and I know why they didn't probably go with OLED because of battery life. But I'm like, it ain't like the battery super long anyway when you playing on the Switch. But still, it's like I can see if the hardware is making it cost more, but not the video games. Because you got games on PCs now that they can get up to 200 to 300 something frames per second, and they cost them anywhere from like 60 to a high end. If it's like major gaming companies, $70. It's like it's rare that you see one that costs like $70, unless you get like the special edition or something where you get other stuff that comes along with it, that like tangible things that come along with it. And then for them also too, to where y'all old heads out here, you know how we used to be. You can get a Nintendo cartridge, and you got a cartridge, you got a physical product that you plug into a system and play from. Now you can't even get a physical product anymore. They're gonna steal it inside of a GameStop in the stores. But really, what it is, it's an authentication key. So you still have to, once you plug that cartridge into your console, it authenticates you to. There's an authentication to the server. So now you can download it, but still, it's not. You don't physically own that. And at any given time, Nintendo can wipe that off their server. And if you don't have that stored on your on an external drive on you, then you can't even play that game anymore. And if you accidentally delete it, they don't have it on their servers anymore. You've lost it. It's gone. Whereas, if you got a physical card, yeah, accidentally happen, you can lose the card. But still, if you never lose a card, you own the game itself. But with them raising the prices, it's like, okay, well, why are they really raising the prices though? I'm like, are they using the tariff as an excuse to jack it up? Because once they raise the prices on it, people start buying it, then that's going to become the industry standard. Same as Apple. Apple was the first one to sell $1,000 phone, and people was laughing across the board like, who the hell going to pay $1,000 for the phone? All of us. All of us. All of us. All of us pay. And because we paid $1,000 that we weren't going to, I said I would never own a tablet. I said I would never own a tablet. I have a phablet now. All of us. We did it to ourselves. And because Apple sold it, and Apple's $1 trillion, I just looked, they're over $2 trillion in wealth right now. They have liquid, tangible, duck, swimming in cash flow, money, everybody else. But we should have learned our lesson from that too, right? Like we should have learned our lesson from that, to where you don't want to pay over the price for certain products. Again, I get the console, but not a Nintendo game. Because if y'all look at Nintendo games, or ask your kids about them, y'all part of the older people that listen, ask your kids about it. They look like mobile games. Like there's a clear distinction between mobile games and console games because of the graphics and how they're being processed. But even still, with the Nintendo games that we've seen so far, played on the Nintendo Switch 2, they still look like mobile games. So I'm like, how are you charging $80? Like Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. I love it to death. I love getting online and playing with other people too sometimes when I feel like doing it. It's one of those things where it's an itch I have to scratch every now and then. I love Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart when I'm traveling because something I got a cartridge for it. I can just play on the go, get on there, do some races. I love Mario Kart, and I just love Mario games in general. But now, when you see that, it's like, why are you charging? I think Mario Kart release is coming out. I think it's like $90. So why $90 Mario Kart? Like, why are you charging $90 for Mario Kart? It's because you bumped the graphics up. Okay, we got PC games that can run better. I mean, we got a ton of games that run way better than that. This don't cost even $70. And you can say where else the studios and how much they spend. How much you spending to make Mario Kart? Like how much you spending to make Mario Kart? So the community is not excited about that. They're not happy about that at all.
$449? That's too much. Console, controllers, grip, strap. 400. There's a bundle for $500. $500? But the original Switch was $299, $300. Holy shit, that's too expensive. $449 is more than even I expected. Come on now.
Mario Kart World costs $80.
What?
It says right there.
Why-
It said right there on that
why the
website you
fuck
were
is it
on.
No.
Yeah,
it's right there. Go up.
$79.99 right there. Mario Kart World on its own costs $80. It's gonna be $300.
Holy
fuck
fucking
that.
shit. $80 for games?
And I can understand if you say that, well, if you're going to buy it in the U.S., it's going to be because of the tariffs that the supreme leader has put upon us. And that's why it's going to cost that much. But no, they globally, they said globally. And I mean, you know, I can understand if they did say the tariff because, I mean, that's what tariffs do. I get that 100%. If they say, hey, man, it ain't on us. That's on your supreme leader that's making these stuff go up. So, and like I said, the community is not liking it. Everybody's spazzing out, and people like, ain't no way in hell. I don't know. They're in the uproar over this because, I mean, you're talking about all the major influencers are going in on them about this. So they're going to be hard pressed for people to turn around and want to push this out to the community, or, you know, because they're going to get test units. So they're going to show the test units off because you're going to get the MKBHDs, you're going to get the Justine's sister Jenna, you're going to get Take Me Out. Like all of these people, these major influencers, these big influencers, going to get this product. And they want this, and they're going to try to influence their people that watches them to go out and do this. But I mean, they already canceled the pre-orders though. They canceled the pre-orders. And they canceled the pre-orders because of the king. Because now, and we're gonna get on that later, but they jacked the tariffs up now to 125%. Now I got friends across the world. So I'm thinking about, even if I thought about doing it, I would hit one of my friends, have it sent over here, like a UPS or somebody. I'm like, I can order it from somebody else if I really wanted it, have it sent over here. But you know, but that's the thing, though. People have to understand what tariffs are, and I don't think a lot of people really understand. Well, I say they don't, but I mean, we've been talking about tariffs for how long, though? I was getting ready to say that, but I was like, how long we been on tariffs? I mean, we've been on tariffs so much now that I think everybody and their mother has explained to where, I mean, we have a tariff country song. Yes, you heard what I said. There is a Tariff Kids country song. And if y'all don't know me, y'all know I stand country music. But here you go.
When two countries trade, they share a lot. Things we need and things we've got. Oil and trees, machines and grain. Shipping things by truck and train. But sometimes one side says wait and see. We need more jobs domestically, so they add a cost, a little fee, to help their workers locally. It's an extra tax on what they buy, on goods from countries like Canada, the far and wide. It makes Canadian goods more expensive, can't you see? Impacting our jobs, oh gee.
And now you have Agent Orange is so mad at China for even having the nerve to impose a counter tariff on American goods. And that's why I said they end up jacking it up. That's how we got up to this whole 125%. It was like 104. At first it was like 10 and 21, then 50, and it went up to 104. And China was like, bro, y'all need to back up off of us. And they jacked it up to 125%. Now, it's like, what the hell is 125% tariff on Chinese goods? And I'm like, and that's the thing that people don't really understand, because it's going to hurt a lot of people. I mean, because we don't really have hardly anything over this 100% made in the great US of A. We just do not. But you know who is going to hurt outside of the major corporations? Yep. If you take a guess at it. Like, I'll wait a little bit. Take a guess at it. Like, who do you think is going to hurt the most? Not just consumers, not people buying the product, because I mean, you're going to end up owning that when they raise the price up because they don't want to pay all of it for themselves. But who else do you think is really going to impact? The main people that Republicans always bragging about and how we need to put more support. If you guess small business people, yes, 100% correct. They don't have the necessary capital to even build the stuff over here in the US of A. And we don't have the manufacturing plants to even do that domestically. So let's look at one person in particular, because her story alone should. And I know a bunch of them too. Like, if y'all don't know, I'm a stakeholder with Rice. I got to get back on my thing where they get my class and stuff. But I am a stakeholder with Rice. And with what they do is at the Russell Center, is they help out Black business owners. Scale them up from small to big. Pause on that, but to help scale them up. And a lot of the business owners in there, their manufacturing is done in China. Matter of fact, they teach us that they actually have a class that we have to learn from that, and how we actually found somebody over there to help us in communicating what our products are to over there to the plants to make sure that they get our stuff done the right way, like they get your kit going. Or that hurts small business owners. So we have one. There's one in particular that I think her story is how it's going to affect a lot of us. Her name is Beth Ike. I think I'm saying it correctly. She owns a small business called Busy Baby, and she runs it with her brother. Beth is a 10-year vet. She invented a placemat with bungee cords that holds toys or utensils, keeping them off the floor when babies toss them. And she was hollering and doing the most. I'm not saying doing the most in a bad way, because she's rightfully so. She's upset when the tariffs hit 54%, and basically had to shut down her production from there once it went above that to 100%. Having already paid out $160,000 so far for her product that's on pallets and stuff right now. So it's going to cost her that and then some to try to even get that back over here to the US, if she could afford to even do that. And if she could afford to do that, how sustainable is that? It costs you $160,000 to get your product made and put on, and that's before tariffs, get your product made and put on pallets. And then you have to pay to get it shipped back off over here. She's like, hey, listen to her story.
I have always gotten by. I've always figured it out. I trust that everything will work out how it's supposed to. So wish us luck. So I'm typically on here giving you a really cool demonstration of my really cool invention that stops babies from dropping and throwing their toys. I'm Beth. I am a 10-year Army veteran, United States citizen, United States small business owner. I have 5 employees. And I have my entire everything, my heart, my soul, my finances, my home, everything is invested into my business. I currently have 2 containers worth of Busy Baby products ready to ship from our factories to come to the US. However, after today's announcement and the impending 104% tariff, I am abandoning my products in China. I am leaving them there because I simply cannot afford to ship them here. Hopefully I can figure out a way to find customers in other countries. There's millions of babies in China, so maybe I can set up a store, an e-commerce store in China, and find some distributors in China to help me sell my products there. Because I've already paid for them. I've paid over $160,000 for these products to be made. And it's going to cost me more than that to get them here. And I had zero heads up, zero notice. I can't just come up with that money. I don't have that kind of money. And even if I did, it wouldn't make sense to have a business with those kinds of costs. I wish people would know. I wish Americans, government, everybody could know I would 100% manufacture in the U.S. if it was possible. We have a factory in Minnesota that tried for a year and a half to find a way to manufacture for us here in Minnesota. They used their own chemists to try to come up with material because food grade silicone, the main ingredient, the main material for our products, does not exist in the US. It is sourced in China, in Asia. So even if I could build a factory, which I have space, I have a 10,000 square foot open warehouse space right now that I could create my own factory. But I don't have the millions of dollars for the equipment, which I have to import from China because they are the experts at manufacturing and that's where the equipment comes from. I don't have the money to import the material that will also be tariffed and cause my products to be way more expensive than they are now. There's literally no way to do it. So I don't know what to do. And I'm terrified for my business, and I'm terrified for all the other small businesses in the United States right now because we don't know what to do. And we're invested in our businesses. My home. I could lose my home. And I don't understand it. And I don't know what to do. So today you don't get a fun video of me doing a demo of my cool baby products. You get to see the terrified me that doesn't know what to do. So, if you need cool baby products, we still have some. You can order on our TikTok shop, our website, Amazon. We still have some here. So, if you want to order some, that'd be great. Tell your friends who have babies. That'd be great. It could help in the meantime.
So you hear in her story, and you hear how nothing is 100% made here in great U.S. event to let you know where we're headed. And it's not no doom and gloom thing, but it's like realistically, that's where we're going to. And do you think the MAGA stock riders understand that? Do now.
Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Trump has put his tariffs all over the place. I've been trying to understand them. I don't. And everything's in the because of it. Donald Trump just cost me $20 million or whatever he did. Maybe don't be on the golf course.
Everyone in this room, everyone loves you. And I just want to say you're a true hero for this country. I don't know how many of you guys are invested in crypto or stocks. What the is going on with our country? Guys, why am I poor?
Because Donald Trump is the nominee against Joe Biden. I won't just vote for him. I will walk over broken glass to vote for him. His giant tariff policy that he just dropped on the market unilaterally, probably unconstitutionally.
Now, we have history to even show. Like, I always like dealing with, historical data. Because, I mean, you should be doing it anyway when it comes to anything that you are. If it's already been tried and true, you should be looking at the historical data to make sure that you're not repeating a mistake that's already been made before and do some self-correction on making sure your stuff is done right. I don't care if it's business. I don't care if it's education. I don't care if it's like you building something out. That's the whole purpose of documentation, to make sure that you're not making a mistake that's already been made. So let's look at the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930. It's very similar to what this fool is talking about. It was designed to protect American industry, ultimately deepening the Great Depression by raising tariffs on imported goods and sparking a global trade war. The act led to a significant decrease in international trade and export, contributing to widespread unemployment and further economic hardship. Does that sound familiar? This man is damn near 200 years old. He was around during the 1930s. I'm sure he was around during the 19th. Well, his dad was. He was born in dad was. I'm sure his dad taught him about something. Well, if his dad, well, I don't know, because he's stupid right now. So his dad probably didn't teach him nothing. So, I mean, even with all that going on, is it really bringing back manufacturing over here to the U.S.? Or was it truly about manufacturing? Was it truly about manufacturing? Or was it about making him and his homies rich? Like, if you really think about that and look at what it's doing, because it's not only hurting like small business owners, it's hurting the average American. Like his own supporters, it's hurting the average Americans. They're too stupid to realize that. A lot of the influencers are, but they're too stupid to realize that it's actually going to not hurt them overall. Because, and I am one of those people. I think we should bring a lot of our manufacturing jobs back here to the U.S. But still, a lot of the goods and materials that we need, especially something we need to make the product themselves, they're not mined over here. Like they come from, some come from China, some come from Africa. They're not over here. And so the reason that I'm like, it's never about me. Because I mean, he hasn't even announced anything to say that he's doing any incentives or anything to get plants built over. He could be doing it, but he's not talking about it. I will say that he could be doing it on the back end, but he's not talking about it. And the reason he's not talking about it, I swear to God, is to make him and his boys rich. I mean, because let's look at what he just did. He announced a 90-day pause in every country he put tariffs on, exception of China. And guess what the market did? We're going to take another minute. Guess what the market did? The market spiked back up.
As the trade war with China heats up, President Trump is urging Americans to stay cool. Good evening, I'm John Dickerson.
I'm Maurice Dubois. The president posted on Truth Social, everything is going to work out well.
And then, in this international and very real game of risk, the president kicked over the board, sending the tokens flying. He announced relief for the rest of the world, delaying reciprocal tariffs for 90 days.
That caused more turmoil in the markets, but touched off a huge rally. The Dow posted its biggest gain in more than 5 years, up nearly 8%.
So if you bought low as your 401k, and I'm like, out of the market was crashing down, if you bought low and then he did a 90-day reprieve, take a break on it, pause, spike back up, a ton of money. Now, doing that, what is that? I think Martha Stewart can tell you a lot about what it is. That is just basic stock manipulation. Plain and simple. And he plans to do it again. The question too is, how was all those business people in the White House with him? He was bragging about how much money they made from him doing that.
This is Charles Schwab. It's not just a company, it's actually an individual. And he made $2.5 billion today, and he made $900 million. That's not bad. He's in financials. I've always been.
That lets you know that he did that intentionally to make his. It could be a conspiracy theory, but I like to deal with data. And the data right here shows this man is manipulating the market to make them all wealthy. And that only benefits those around him that's in his circle that has the money to do so. Now, you would think in him doing this, it will spark some outrage. You would think there was an entity to investigate this, which there is. It is called the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission. Sole purpose is to provide information on investor protection and define different types of market manipulation. And then you also have one of his cronies he put in place, Scott Bessent, I already said Treasury Secretary. And I know for a fact that he will not be investigating the clown and cheat along with the SEC.
And we saw the successful negotiating strategy that President Trump implemented a week ago today. It has brought more than 75 countries forward to negotiate. It took great courage for him to stay the course until this moment. And what we have ended up with here, as I told everyone a week ago, they're in this very spot, do not retaliate and you will be rewarded. So every country in the world who wants to come and negotiate, we are willing to hear you. We're going to go down to a 10% baseline tariff for them. and China will be raised to 125 due to their insistence on escalation.
Because what he did with the SEC, he committed his own deregulation by firing employees. Ultimately, government agencies intended to protect ordinary Americans and consumer advocates. I can't talk today. Like this, like Adam Levantine says, under the Trump administration, federal consumer protections are being rapidly stripped away in a lawless process. This is deregulation by firing. He's laid them off. He laid off anybody and anything that would ever investigate him something illegal. Which is the whole reason why he went back in office, shut down all investigations, anything that would investigate him and his family that he was culpable for, which he was, and that he would probably been going to jail for, which he should have been, that you all do not have access to. So I'm sure everyone is excited about all the wins that are taking place. And yet again, is not working to help even his own supporters, unless they're in the upper echelon of. And I love the fact that all of this is going on. And now they're starting to see it. Their eyes are opening up. Everything they wanted and everything they was out here fighting for, right? They didn't want Biden in the office. They didn't want Kamala in the office was because that he was going to help out with the market. He was going to help out with inflation. He was going to cause prices to go down. I mean, he was going to help everybody out. And he is helping out his rich, not you. Thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Hope y'all being safe out there. Y'all get out, start some businesses. We all need to work together, get to a bartering process, help each other out individually. And buy from local farmers, man. You know, stay away from these big chains. Get from the local farmers. Go to them directly. We got some around the corner from here. Probably we're gonna start trying to go to. So, and I do say we're probably gonna be going, especially get eggs and stuff. So I hope y'all being safe out there. Love y'all, and I hope y'all caught that protest we was part of, the hands-off protest, which was great. I know we said stand down, but I might participate in some of them. Not every last one, especially the Tesla one. I didn't even buy that. I bought myself for my American company. But I know a lot of parts in there now. Anyway, y'all be safe. Love y'all. Remember, take y'all 3 L's. Take y'all L's every day. Laugh about the things that you have no control over. Live for today because tomorrow's not promised. Hard because I believe hard God will see nothing. Love y'all again. Oh, if you like what you're hearing, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please make sure to like. Let's have a comment on. Let's talk about it in the comment section too. I mean, good. Depending on bad. I mean, I get some flakes in my comment section. I let some of it sit there and ride. Like the one video that's been blowing up that's still going hard. I don't even entertain some of the comments in. But like it, share it, because we do need to start supporting more independent media because the regular mainstream media has been bought and sold out by this administration anyway. So we do need to start supporting more independent. Thank y'all again for tuning in this episode. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to it because I do see where a lot of the people come in and watch the videos, but they don't subscribe to the channel. I mean, ain't nothing but a subscribe button. I mean, you're not going to get political commentary from me all the time. You're going to get some game stuff. You're going to get some tech content come to you too. So subscribe to the channel. Don't do nothing. It's a simple click, subscribe. It's a simple click as like it. So like it, subscribe to the channel, share it, comments. Again, thank y'all again for tuning in.